Okay, Jorena, I'm taking my walk and thought about what you said, and I realized, like, well, why am I not taking Jorena on a walk with me, on a walk with me? Because that makes sense. Since you have your physical troubles and have trouble getting out of bed and stuff, so I'm going to take you on a walk with me. And here is, I'm on my way to Sugar Beach, and which is, a little beachfront park that's not as popular as some of the other beachfront parks closer to downtown, because we're going away from downtown. The Red Path, I don't know what that is. LCBO, that's basically a liquor store. I need to get, I don't know. I keep saying I'm going to buy something, but I never do. I did get Maker's Mark from LCBO, not that location, but a different one for Christmas for myself. I may want gin or rum. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of gin, but I can get used to it. But I love rum. But I'm not really a drinker. Now, I'm showing you the sights. How does it feel to be out here? You want to talk about the senses, and that you have trouble with the senses, so it's cold. But I know you. I know if you were walking out here. Oh, here's a little bit of a warm breeze. It's a little windy, but that kind of looks like a coal chute from Appalachia, just a little bit. But it feels very cold. Like for me, I'd rather be inside. But I know that if you were walking this, you'd be like very grateful and very appreciative, even if it is a little nippy out. So all these very attractive women here in Toronto. Oh, there's the Loblaws. That's a huge grocery store. It's one of the grocery store chains in Canada. There are a lot of different grocery store chains here that are unfamiliar to most Americans. Loblaws is one. Oh gosh, can I name them all? I don't know if I can. There's Longo's. Sobeys is from Atlantic, Canada, but there's Sobeys here. I know there's a French one. A Metro? There's Metros here. There's others. I don't know, there's a lot of them. Okay. See all these cars and stuff. This is a section of Toronto. Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried is performing this weekend. I was planning to see him, but I just couldn't afford him. It is what it is, Okay. Here's Lower Jarvis. And we're going to go to Sugar Beach. It's not much of a walk, and then we'll take Lower Jarvis back up to where I live after we're through. Get that ship there. It's Lake Ontario, by the way. From the Gordon Lightfoot song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Let's cross this. What I mean, all these. Oh well, that's what I mean. Like, you see a lot of doggies, See a lot of attractive dogs, a lot of beautiful puppies. That's on my. Oh, that's awesome. That's on my affirmation board that one day I'll have dog companions, because in this lifetime, for whatever reason, I've never been in a position to have a dog companions, which is very weird and not normal. But we'll correct that. Look at that weird building. It's weird. kind of reminds me of being in Monterrey, Mexico for some reason, because it's kind of spaced out and weird. That's the amazing thing about Toronto. Like, I've been here for 2 years, and it's kind of a bland city. It doesn't have a lot of personality, but where it does have personality is that there's a no smoking sign on the ship. That's hilarious. Can you see that? Let's have it like a zoom. I've been here before. I've been to this part before. We'll go a little up that way, but not by much. That land you see is part of Toronto Island. That's part of the big city park. Main city park is on an island in the Lake of Ontario. What was I saying? Oh well, I forget. Oh, sorry, can't tell that I went to film school. But this is so I can take you with me, you know, because I listened to your message. I don't know what I was going to say and I forget, but so I'll go on to something new. But you know, since you can't, you know, I hope this brings joy to your day, because like you advised me to take a walk and be grateful for moving my toes and having a clear mind. And look at that puppy. So why don't I take you with me? You know, why don't you come with me on my adventure? It's just going to be a short one. No. So I might have to. I don't know how I'm going to get this video to you. It's weird to have sand on the. And for some weird reason, like it's super cold, like chilly winter cold. As soon as you come to the sand, there's this patch of hot, which is kind of strange. It's like 10 degrees warmer on the sand spot than it is on that sidewalk, which makes absolutely no sense. I don't know if that's like, is that the power of sand, or is that the power of people's mentality? You know, kind of looks like the Louisville waterfront here, just a little bit. All waterfronts kind of look alike. Oh, I know what I was saying. I remember. There's a weeping willow. Recession. I was saying that Toronto has a bland personality, but that's why it's such a perfect filming location, because there are parts of Toronto that look like other places. Like there's parts that look like Los Angeles, parts that look like New York, Chicago, Denver, even Mexico City. I mean, it's just very. So it's a popular. I think that's one of the main reasons, besides tax breaks, that it's a popular filming location, because it can substitute for other cities. And you know, so. But one thing I find, it's very interesting, is that, you know, you talk to people. This is like one of like the most insular. Well, Chicago is like that too. Chicago is the same way. Like Chicago and Toronto, the people are so insular and inside themselves. They don't want to talk to strangers. They just want to like pull away. People say, "Oh, I have no idea why this place is like the friendly, like has a friendly reputation," because they're not. they're not. But it's, you know, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to describe, you know, here. But I miss the friendliness of Louisville. It's such the opposite in a lot of ways. But anyway. Okay, that's a very industrial part, because we're going away from downtown, and the sewer plant is in that direction, and a lot of port and shipping. That stretch of land, that's the Toronto Islands, and that's basically a city park. And there's a wonderful disc golf course, and on there, and there's homes on there, and there's, it's a very unusual part of Toronto. It's possibly my favorite part of Toronto. There are wild minks on that island, and they look like cats. And Toronto is the raccoon capital of the world, the urban raccoon capital of the world, but you don't see them because you're not in a residence. But if you go to Toronto Island, you can see them. So see, let's keep it positive. Shoot, I gotta look up in the dictionary, excuse me. But you know what this is called? When you have like a park and you've got like trees on either side and there's a strip of sidewalk, the name for it, there's a puppy, the name for it starts with the letter X. The word for that describes this. And I keep forgetting what it's called. I have to Google it. But it's a great word starting with X to know. I just can't think of what it means. But I'll find later. Yeah. So I don't know how this compares to New Jersey. Does New Jersey look like this? Industrial. So be grateful to move my hands. Be grateful to kind of flow with the energy here. Danger due to emergency. When I've been fortunate to go to visit Panama City, and I've been to the Panama Canal. You know what the Panama Canal looks like? It looks exactly like this. It looks like exactly like every other industrial river. It looks like New Jersey. It looks like Louisville. It looks like, here. But I gotta find that word starting with the letter X. That's for this. So yeah, I've got my. Okay, what's this? I hope you're enjoying this adventure. That's the waterfront. This is part of the tour. Like it gets like if you go that way, it gets more touristy, and because you're going towards downtown, and maybe maybe tomorrow I can go there for you if you want. If you want me to, I can walk to downtown, like the downtown waterfront, so you can see it. But I can do little walks for you in Toronto if you want. So that will give you something, yeah. This could be like Louisville, and that could be Indiana. Where's the Colgate building? There's a little duck. There's another duck. So this is something unusual. Lots of joggers. I'm going to look for a new gym when I get back. I was supposed to do that yesterday, but I didn't get to it. But I will today. Not sure how far I will walk. Probably till the end. I'm not going to go over there because it's too far. But I've got to come to a place to turn around at some point. Now, here's a question. Do you want me to go for the whole walk, or do you want me to only show you new places? Because if I turn around here, it's just going to, it's just going to be the same. I'll keep it recording. I'm not sure how I'm going to send this to you, though. Now you can skip ahead. You know, you can like play toggle with the thing so you can see what you want. Yeah. Let's just be free. Let's just have our mind clear, and let's just enjoy. Oh, I love adventures. I love adventures. This morning I was YouTubing parts of Canada that I wanted to see. Because, you know, one thing on my affirmation list is I want to heal my relationship with Canada. And I think the way to do that is to visit places that that are exotic to me, that call me in Canada. That, you know, instead of being shipped to places where other people send me to, you know, like I go to the places I want to go to, you know, where I want to visit. I want to visit the Magdalene Islands, which is like little exotic archipelago in Atlantic Canada that's often overlooked. And then you have Anticosti Island in Atlantic Canada. Both are part of Quebec. And Anticosti is looks like something out of Lord of the Rings. Let's go here. Adventure awaits. I want to go to, well, I love to go to Nunavut to see narwhals in the wild. I'd love to camp out in Alberta, compare it to Colorado, go up to Wood Buffalo National Park, which is like the second largest national park in the world after the park in Greenland. And then you have, that park is bigger than most countries. It has the world's largest beaver dam. I want to visit my hometown, my birthplace. It's not my hometown, it's my birthplace of Hay River in Northwest Territories, you know, and see the Arctic. I want to see narwhals in Nunavut, and you know, there's the Yukon in Northwest Territories. I would love to see the British Columbia coast from the Haida Gwaii to the Vancouver Islands. The Haida Gwaii looks very exotic. It's the home of the Native American totem pole. That's where it originated. You know, that group of islands. There's a puppy. So I'm trying to give you something new, something different coming back. Look at that puppy. And then if you want, I won't force it, but if you want, we can go to a new place tomorrow. And I can go to the more touristy, or I could walk up to Queen's Park where the Parliament building is. I'm not going to walk to Chinatown. No, I know where I'd go. I'm going to go, I've been there hundreds of times now, but I would go to where the Blue Jays play and where the CN Tower is, and take you to that part of the CBC building, and take you to that part of Toronto, because that's the iconic part of Toronto. The smells of smelling food, and I'm smelling laundry. It's probably from this apartment building here. Yeah. I mean, as you can see, Toronto is like, it's kind of bland and blocky, isn't it? It's like it amazes me, like, people want to come to Canada. No, don't come to Toronto. Come and see other places. Oh yeah, I want to go to Soyuz, which is Canada's only desert, excluding the tundra. It's in British Columbia. It's in the Okanagan Valley, and it's Canada's hottest place. After, you know, Canada's warmest temperatures, and it's an actual desert, and there are a lot of Mexicans that live there. It's one of Canada's largest Mexican communities, and it looks like Mexico, to be honest with you. So that's a little bit strange. There's a Popeyes right there. The Popeyes in Canada, I'm sorry you can't eat or digest food. But the Popeyes in Canada is better than the Popeyes in the United States. But the KFC in the United States is a lot better than in Canada. So if you're coming to Canada and you want good chicken, you gotta go to Popeyes. And A&W Canada is better and different than the A&W in the States. It's almost like its own restaurant chain. So that's also because A&W is big up in Canada as a franchise, where it's not in the United States. But that's because they do a better job here. This is interesting. Whew, it's getting a little bit tiring. What is this? There's a plane. That's gonna go. That's probably like outhouses or something. Probably what that is. So yeah, just anyway. Yeah, I hope this will send in Messenger. I'm not sure I'm going to make it smaller. I probably will have to delete it because of space requirements. Yeah, it's bathrooms. I'm not going to use it. Don't worry. Oh, puppy! I love dogs so much. Now, if I could have a dog, I love golden labs. When I was in Mexico, I was at this family's house. I stayed at this family's house in Puebla, and I really fell in love with bull mastiffs, and because they had a bull mastiff, and they also had a chihuahua. And being in Mexico, I get chihuahuas now. I understand them, and I do like chihuahuas a lot. So I love beagles, and maybe basset hounds too. So, and mutts and rescue dogs are always the best too. But I'm sorry, this is not the prettiest part of Toronto, but I don't know. One thing that makes about Toronto is that there's two things. There's two unique things. One is that the neighborhoods really make it. There's a lot like every city has neighborhoods, but because Toronto is so blocky like Chicago, it's like little neighborhoods. Like Chicago, you got Little Tibet and Little Portugal and Little Italy and Koreatown and Vietnamese town and Chinatown, and so you've got like all these little Greek town, all these little enclaves, like side by side with their own restaurants and stuff, and you go into each one and explore. And the thing about Toronto, because it's so expansive, and it's like if you're in a certain part, you're most likely just going to stay within your part of Toronto. But if you branch out or go to another street or go to another block, you'll see something that you didn't know existed. Like, you're always discovering new things. Like, Toronto has that quality where there's something new around the corner that you didn't realize existed because you just didn't go down that street. So anyway, it's starting to warm up a bit, which I'm glad. Oh yeah, there's a La Peep here. There's La Peeps in Toronto. I found that very strange. Yeah, I probably will never eat at a La Peep again. I associate it with Gale. That's why. But yeah, during the happy times. Let's see. Well, anyway, I hope this is helping, and I I hope you appreciate this. This is just an experiment, because you told me to take a walk and be grateful that I can move my feet and stuff. So I thought, well, maybe I could take Jorena with me. Maybe I could take her with me. So let's go this way. You can hear seagulls in the background. Yeah. I don't know, I hate to say this, but I'm kind of depressed, and I shouldn't say that. We're back to the boat that says no smoking on it, the Chestnut. I'm depressed because almost 2 years ago I was at this spot. I like to be always on the move and in different spaces. There's something wrong about that I'm here. Been here for 2 years. That's not right. But I'm moving forward, and I'm not going to talk about negative stuff. Okay. Oh, it's cold again. And I'm going against the wrong way of the wind. Oh, it's not good. All right, we'll get out of this. Okay. All right. What's that on the... Oh, there's a chestnut on the ship. The chestnut. There's a chestnut on the chestnut. That's awesome. That's so cool. You know what? That's a sugar factory, I think. Because this part of, this is called Sugar Beach area. I think this is called Sugar Beach because of that sugar factory that's been open since 1854. Lots of noisy birds. But if you hadn't suggested for me to take a walk, I wouldn't have noticed the chestnut ship. I think this has to be the highlight, man. This chestnut ship that says no smoking on it. Okay. All right, we're going to go back to the hotel program. And oh geez, I almost didn't see that cyclist. So I'm actually not that far from where I am staying. So we've got about I'd say maybe 10 minutes seems so long. It can't be that long, but 5 minutes seems so short. So I'm guessing somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. 7, 8. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, here's the Loblaws. I'm not going to go in. I don't come here enough. I gotta come in here enough more often. Okay, when my money comes in, I'll come here. There's a little pocket of stores and stuff down that way. There's parts of Toronto where there's a Tim Hortons on every block. And as soon as I said that, there's a Tim Hortons right there. I think Tim Hortons is my favorite donut chain. It's they kept their prices low, which is amazing. And they always have something, even though they've done away with their maple donut, I don't understand why, because that's their staple. They always have something new in there when I go in, something different. And they've got, I like them better than Dunkin' Donuts. I like them better than Krispy Kreme. They're everywhere here in Toronto. They're everywhere in Halifax too. Yeah, in 94 when I was in Halifax, I counted how many how many Tim Horton donuts were there in Halifax. And at the time, like 28 years ago, it was 80. I'm sure it's doubled by now. You know? Maybe even tripled. I don't know. There were Tim Horton donuts in Mexico too, which was strange. Something that, you know, I don't feel Canadian in. And like, there are things like Canada calls itself Canadian, but it only really developed like within the last 20 years or 30 years. Like, they're like ketchup chips. There were no ketchup chips when I was a kid. That didn't exist. Yeah. And the other thing is, like, there's this term called, you'll hear Canadians say double when they order coffee, which is 2 sugars, 2 creams. That didn't exist. Like, that's just something that happened when I left. Like, Canadians just started calling it double, and that's because of Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons came up with that. Yep. Boy, I miss Louisville. I miss it. It's taken a long time to cross. This is too long. But I really, really appreciated the message that you gave me this morning. I thought a lot about it, and that's what inspired this. And so, you know, you get to walk Toronto too. Or at least a bit of it. You get to see a bit of it. See, that could look past for Chicago right there. You know, there's these racers, these like rich assholes, and they have like souped up sports cars, and then they race all over Toronto in the city, and you can just hear the noises of the engines. That's something that's in Toronto. It's another puppy dog. Love puppy dogs. Okay.